think I got it. I don't know.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta
Cause I
struggle
don't
through
give
the
a fuck
sewer.
what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for stopping into my house. That's right. I'm TruthSlinger. My name is Tim, and I'm coming at you on the last day of the year. That would be December 31st of 2023. And what a stinking dumpster fire 2023 was. Can you imagine what 2024 is going to be like? So, thanks for stopping in today. We're going to have a pretty casual show. I don't know how many people are going to show up, and we were going to just sort of hang out for a little while and do some social unrest monitoring. And while we were doing that, we're just going to kind of see if anything pops off. There's a warning, apparently. What did they put out? An open source jihad? Yeah, whatever the hell that means.
And it's also something for TSA.
So TSA is on high alert. So I don't know if anything necessarily is going to happen, but, you know, it would be a day that if something would happen, kind of a likely day. So we will, whether we stay on, after just maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes or whatever, if nothing pops off, if something does pop off, I don't know, we'll probably be sleeping by that time. But if something happens in the next little while, we'll go live, and if something happens, we'll stay live as long as we can keep our eyes open. So this is our first annual, I guess, special, the New Year's Eve special, right? Welcome. That's my wife, hippie chick, Jennifer, off to the side there. And we got her mic a little bit turned down because she's a tweaker, right? That's not. She's not a meth head. No, she's not on meth.
God, no.
No. She'd be a lot skinnier if she were on meth, and she'd probably have less teeth though, which But no. It's not any of that. She's got functional neurological disorder, which is sort of like Parkinson's disease with a side of Tourette's. So, if you enjoy the F-bomb, hanging out at my place, yeah, she can accommodate. Hear a little bit of blasphemy every once in a while, but God gave her the disease, so I guess he's got to forgive her for it, right? Anyway, we wanted to talk about kind of resolutions and life change and things that are going on. I don't know about you, but my year was good. It was good in a lot of ways. We got this TruthSlinger project off the ground. We bought this equipment last year. I made a decision to I went someplace. I was working at a firewood lot, and I went someplace with my boss. 26-hour drive to South Carolina to pick up a trailer. And let's just put it this way. I've been an employee in a very, very long time. And I was not a very good employee as I worked for them. But during that 26-hour period of time, I figured that out. Almost got into a fist fight like an hour and a half into the drive. So it was one of the biggest tests of character in my entire life. But I made it. And on the way, I decided, I need to do this. I absolutely need to do this YouTube thing. So I came back and we bought all the equipment and had dreams of going, becoming a superstar in 3 months and all this kind of stuff. And of course, none of that happened because there's a whole huge learning curve and nothing comes without a whole hell of a lot of work and effort. And so we put in about 8 or 9 months worth of effort. And did real well with a YouTube channel, like up to 600 subscribers, and then got nuked on YouTube and had to start over again. Blew it. I don't remember what exactly I did, but I got 3 strikes, you're out, And this channel, I've only got a warning so far, but the warning doesn't go away. So I'm like my permanent record has been affected. They put it on my permanent record. So anyway, but I still got 3 strikes to go on YouTube. I've been doing a lot better. And then on X, I had a little bit too much of the one night, and I got a little bit angry with the constant gaslighting and blasting of all the bullshit information that comes from the White House, especially on X. So I got on there, and I just... if you this and fuck you and fuck you and fuck you and fuck you and felt good. I woke up the next morning and I didn't have a Twitter account anymore.
Neither did I.
And that's the weird part is not permanently suspended, like they just nuked me. And not only that, her account, which she had for 10 years, gone, blown off the face of the earth. Because they figured they were tied together through the magic of Google or something. They know this kind of stuff. So, yeah, they wiped us out, and I started over again. When did we start? Like 3 months? September. Yeah, so September, just exactly at 3 months. And we're up over 4,000 followers. We're up to 40, almost 4,500 people. We passed 4,500, did we? Yeah, we're north of 4,500. Yeah, we're heading to 5,000 soon. So that's exciting. And that's and we hit 1.5 million impressions on X in a 28-day rolling window. Which is huge for us, man. I mean, we have to have 5 million impressions in a rolling 90-day window to become monetized. Well, hell, that's 55,000 impressions a day. But 1.5 million in a 28-day period, you figure you triple that. We're at 4.5, which is much of the way toward 6. It's better than 2/3 of the way toward 6, right? Yeah, what did I say, 5 million? Mm-hmm. 5 million in 90 days.
9 days. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's doable, my point is. And boy, I got really excited about that. I said, hey, wow, we've been at this thing for a year, and sometimes, I had a difficult time figuring out a rhythm, what the show should look like, what the format should look like, what should we should be talking about, whether I should be talking about politics, whether I should be talking about Christianity, whether I should be doing church preaching.
Diet.
Well, that was all the other stuff, like diet and all that stuff. But none of that stuff really interested me from a standpoint of making it the center point of what we do. What we love is politics. We are political junkies. And we would love nothing better than to aggregate news all day long and create content. And so that's ultimately the goal. But that wasn't going so great, and so I started reading audiobooks, and that pays the bills, kind of. But it is exciting that we've gotten to the end of this year, and we've sort of limped along and made it and figured out a way to kind of float the TruthSlinger project, at which time maybe, just maybe this year, we can get it to start paying some bills, start paying us back so that we can do this and maybe even get some other people involved in the project, grow a little bit, because I think desperately we're all in need of alternative news agencies and news sources. And I just did a show earlier today, and I was talking to somebody, and it's great because I'm stimulating conversation. The guy said, hey, I'm with you most of the way with everything except for, the Maui laser thing. He doesn't think there was a conspiracy to burn Maui down. And I respect it. I love it. The whole reason I created this space is so that we can have conversation, we can have discussion, and get educated on stuff. But the one thing I can tell you for damn sure is if you're watching MSNBC, CNN, reading the legacy newspapers, any of that shit, there's a whole bunch of stuff you don't know that's going on, that's happening, you never hear about. And the stuff that you do hear about is sanitized. It is all the relevant, important details have been taken out, or it's been spun in such a fashion in order to make you believe something that hasn't happened. Now, am I a conspiracy theorist? No. I believe that conspiracies exist. I believe pedophilia exists. Clearly it does. And who would be the people that would be able to afford buying human beings? People like you and me? No. Rich people with huge egos that have absolutely no constraints and power because everybody's starstruck around them. Even cops won't put them in jail, right? Those are the kind of people that would, do the children thing, do the adrenochrome thing. And, man, I've lived on the dark side of life. I didn't come out of a evangelical church, or I wasn't an altar boy when I was a kid. I was in the Catholic Church. But man, I grew up a hellion. But let me tell you, eventually, I went to some pretty deep, dark places after my divorce, looking for love in all the wrong places. I've seen some stuff, man. Let me tell you, there's 6 sons of bitches in this world. Never seen anything with children. I'd have probably killed somebody had I seen something with children. But I've seen some pretty sick stuff, right? And I can tell you that there are people that do a lot of really bizarre stuff to get off. And once you start going down that path, the last thrill, there's always, seeking the next level, right? Isn't that what we see with Hunter Biden? No, it's not good enough to do crack. It's not enough to screw a Russian hooker. No, you got to have 6 Russian hookers, and you got to have them snorting blow off your penis while you're screwing another Russian hooker and smoking crack at the same time and filming yourself so you can put it on Pornhub. Right? That's how you get to that place. And so, and these people have been in power forever, man. You don't think that these godless sons of bitches that believe in nothing, they don't believe in a God or believe in Satan, perhaps, or de facto, no matter what they purport to believe, by de facto they believe in Satan. Why do you think any of these sons of bitches will stop? Right? Why do you think we don't have the Epstein client list? It's because the most powerful people in the world were having sex with children, and the CIA was recording all of it because Epstein was a CIA operative, so that the CIA could pull the strings on the entire world. Why is that hard to believe? Well, it's just the stuff that happens in movies. Well, that's why they put it in the movies, dummy. They put it in the movies so that you'll get desensitized and say, "Oh, man, that's just a fiction thing I saw." Right? That stuff doesn't happen for real. Yeah. You get desensitized to it. The amount of human trafficking that is going on at the southern border is mind-boggling. What was the number on the number of children that are now separated?
86,000 as of like 6 months ago. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be way north of 86,000. We don't know where they are. Uncle Pedro took them, sponsored them, right? And the hell of it was when we tried to adopt a child, we couldn't for the life of us get a kid. It cost me $16,000 to get a child through a Christian adoption agency. And I know for a damn fact that Catholic charities and other NGOs are human trafficking and running small children. I've seen it. Throwing them in a bus, throwing them in vans with no seatbelts, right? I remember Alex Jones chasing them around down in El Paso. Catholic charities. Catholic Church, man, I don't like it. I don't like most NGOs. The web of NGOs, that's where all this cultural Marxism, all this socialism and social Marxisms come in. My father would be rolling in his grave right now. He escaped Hungary in 1956, Russian Revolution. And when I first told him, when Obama was in office, and Valerie Jarrett was espousing how Mao Zedong was one of her greatest heroes. And I told my dad, who I found out was a Democrat in his whole life. I had no idea. I thought my dad was normal. And so, but yeah, no, he everything okay? So we have cats, and we have a new puppy, and we have a new dog, and things fall and break and everything. And that's one of my resolutions, New Year's resolution, by the way, is that we're going to be cleaning the place up and organizing. I'm going feng shui in my life. I'm going feng shui in a number of different ways, but I'll get to all that stuff in a minute. Back to talking about what's going on with all the NGOs and communism and the border being wide open, and they're changing the demographic, and people are pouring in here, and it's all in order to just foul up the whole election process even further. And I predicted that I'm not sure we're going to have an election at all, to tell you the truth. I just don't think so. And if you want to see some of my other predictions, I have a show up on the channel from a couple days ago. And I just think that Donald Trump, I mean, look what they did to him while he was in office. They went to every single and any length in order to lie on him. Look what they're doing to him now with all the indictments. They're going to try and put him in prison. Why? Because he's the greatest threat to this machine that these swamp creatures have been running for, forever. These people are out there sucking their scotch, smoking their cigars, having their cocaine-fueled sex parties. You and I pay money, taxpayers. There's a fund to pay off sexual harassment allegations and harassment claims in the Congress. And we can't get any... from my understanding is nobody's ever gotten the list of who the hell gets money to pay out all these sexual harassment claims. The Office of the Sexual Harassment Payout, the hush-hush office, millions. Yeah, Yeah. These people are all a bunch of stinking perverts up there. 98% of them. There's a few people up there. But they don't associate with anyone else. And they're the outsiders. Right? Yeah, we're in a bad way. We're in a bad way. And so, I guess I like to talk about politics and all these things, but the thrust of my show has always been, of what is the implication of the information that I'm providing you. It's all great that you know the information, but what does that mean to you, and what is that going to do in your life, practically speaking? What does it move you to do? Because if it doesn't move you to do anything, we're going to be in trouble. Because if you can kind of see what's going on, but if you don't respond or you don't take action, you're going to be in trouble. So that's what I spurn people. Do I have something on my forehead? Oh, that's my hair. I thought I had dirt on my forehead. Anyway, yeah. So what I try and do is I try and motivate people with the information that I provide them that they might do something. And we're desperately in danger of losing our republic here. We are. We're this close, man. We are on the precipice. They're going to try and assassinate Donald Trump.
What else is there?
If they can't throw him in jail and they can't get him off the ballot. And the last time they threw anybody off the ballot, what did we have? It's called a civil war. That's the truth. Look it up. Them's facts. Right? Well, they've tried to do it in Colorado, and they did it in Maine, and then went, oh, psych, I guess. Right? California's talking about it. That guy's not been convicted of anything, was acquitted on the impeachment charge, was never convicted. But yet, here we're going to take him off the ballot. Well, hey, why don't you just let the people decide? Put the information out there, say, oh, he's a fraud, he's a this, he's a that. Let us vote. That can't happen because they're afraid they're going to go to jail. Right? Yep. And if they go to jail, they can't. Well, they can't. They can't. And so they have to. They have to have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D, just like Peter Strzok said. They got to have a plan B. Don't worry. Yeah. They're never going to let him back in because he knows where the bodies are buried. And the one thing that Donald Trump did for us, definitely, without doubt, and you can't argue, nobody can argue with me, is he exposed the depth of the swamp. And if you've got so much Trump derangement syndrome that you cannot see that that's exactly what he did, right? As Monica Crowley said, he was like a grain of sand injected into an oyster, like injected into the body politic, and it couldn't stand him. And it had to get rid of him because he's a threat to everything, because he used the system, people. How do you think he got rich? He made the donations to the politicians. He played on the side of being like a lobbyist. He knows how to play the system. Right? But now the depth to which they're going to keep him from running again. And I tell you, I don't know. I'm just worried. I'm really worried because I think that if the country is going to lose its collective mind if we don't have an election, and you need to be prepared for that, as well as all the other things. Like what happens if a terrorist takes out the power grid, or what if there's these preppers are starting to look a lot smarter than they were before, huh? I mean, you can't tell me that people haven't come across the southern border for nefarious purposes besides just human trafficking and trafficking drugs. Terrorists have come across the border. They've caught Hamas people coming across the border. Palestinian sympathizers. And if you've been watching any of the Palestinian stuff that's going on, that's getting pretty hot. It's getting pretty hot. So, if you're not putting up food, water, don't have an escape plan, all that stuff, I think you're, at this point, woefully underprepared and need to get busy. And hopefully that'll be part of your 2024 resolution. My 2024 resolutions kind of ours are surrounded around, well, we've been doing this 5 years. We've been here homesteading for 5 years. And I grew all the vegetables, and I learned how to do the canning. And I've done butchered many, many animals in my previous career when we ran a farm and a CSA. And we butchered tons of chickens and also did deer and sheep and all sorts of stuff. So I'm prepared from that standpoint. I know how to hunt. I've got the guns. We've got the ammo. I live out in the middle of the woods. We've got a water source that's clean, surface water. I got a pond on the property. All I need to do to boil it. Hey, man, it's Devil Dog. We got AT in the house, too. Wow, look at you guys, man. It's good to see you. It's been forever. Thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year. It's like way over there. I don't have my glasses on, and I don't look over at the chat too much, and my wife points at it, and I'm like, trying not to get distracted because I'm talking and just ripping.
D-Dog says he's self-employed and his boss is an ass.
Yeah, you got that straight. Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, but yeah, this year, we feel like we are finally prepared to take advantage of the floodgates that will open in 2024. 2024, I got a feeling is going to go sideways. It's going to go sideways hard. And we wanted to do what we're doing this year. We wanted to do last year when we first did this, but our brains are way bigger than we could possibly chew up in about like 3 weeks that we had before the first of the year to try and launch a YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. So we want to launch a number of prongs. I think we want to go carnivore. We're going to go hardcore carnivore, of course, carnivore, because my wife is struggling with Parkinson's. Parkinsonian type illness, right? So she kind of bounces when she walks, and then she's got the outbursts, the tremors, and then she got the tics and the outbursts, right? The Tourette stuff. And so there's modern medicine sucks balls, okay, in general, in my opinion. I think that up here in Maine, we've got great trauma care. We've got great surgical intervention. I had both hernias replaced, very professional. But then when my wife went to the hospital and they had to do some diagnostic care regarding cardiac issues, nothing going on there, man. They're feeding her a diet from 1973, okay, a heart-healthy diet.
Tell them what it is, because they're preppers. They'll know. I mean, they.
Oh, well, yeah. What it was I came out here on the range, out in the woods, and our water here is all contaminated from, I guess, all the sludge and shit the government brought in on a lot of the farms and the agricultural pesticides that were used before we were smart enough to realize that, arsenic and lead, real bad to be spraying on plants to use it as a pesticide. It creates polio-like illness. Yeah, right. So all that wash went down into the water table, went down real deep. And so much of the water around here is infected with arsenic and manganese. Manganese? Mm-hmm. Yeah, manganese. And the manganese turns the toilet bowl black and the tank black. And I have to use battery acid every once in a while to clean out the toilet tank because it just, the metals, you know. And so, so it's not good to drink. So we got reverse osmosis, right? What's the best thing to do is take every stinking thing out of the water, right?
Yep.
And what did you get is it's called RO water. It's kind of like that zero water they advertise. Turns out using zero water, not such a good idea. Why? You take out all the impurities, you take out the salts, you take out all the minerals, right? And then all of a sudden it no longer conducts electricity. Mm-hmm. Well, your body runs on electrical impulses, at least partially. Now, I just learned that nerve function is a little bit different than that. It's not like running electricity down a wire. It actually pulses that run down your arm. And I've got carpal tunnel in both arms, and I'm going to have surgery. I'm going to have Luke Skywalker surgery on my wrists on both ones to get the carpal tunnel fixed. But yeah, what the hell was I talking about? I don't know.
The reverse osmosis water.
Yeah, the reverse
I ended
osmosis
up in the
water
hospital
almost
for
killed
4
her.
days.
Yeah, she was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days. They had no idea what the hell was going on. I mean, heart palpitations, wanted to vomit, flushed, it's a breathing quick, heart racing, 150 beats a second every time she stood up. They didn't have any idea what the hell it was.
Dummies.
Now, eventually, they did give you, apparently, they hydrated you. And in the hydrated solution, there happened to be electrolytes. I think there was Pedialyte in it because they thought you were dehydrated. And so the thing started kind of firing again, and it was okay, and we brought her home. Then we did some reading on our own and figured out what the hell it was.
Right.
And they put on her in this crazy-ass heart medication that she had to stay on for, ever, when she started, and keep on it for a while.
Nope.
No, stop taking that shit. Because it was, they didn't know what it was, right? And modern medicine, they just throw a lot of stuff at it, especially the pharmaceutical industry. And as a matter of fact, I'm convinced that they knowingly cause many of the ailments that are out there, and then also happen to own the company that makes the, own the company that makes the ailment, and then they also own the company that delivers you the remedy for the ailment once you get sick.
Do you want to tell them about what Dana White said?
Oh, yeah, Dana White said, man, he will never trust or go to a doctor ever again, except if, unless he's got a broken leg, or some broken bone. Which I think that they are good at those things, sewing things back together again, surgery. But I mean, as far as them being able to consult you about your general health, they don't know shit. Okay? And my current doctor is better than most. But still, nah, not so much. So, right. So what are we trying to do? What we personally want to accomplish is we have a number of things that I want to accomplish. I'm writing a book, right? I have a blog, and on that blog, I write articles, and I want to do forays into creative writing. I've already done some forays into creative writing, so I want to do some creative writing. And that's real important to me. And so I found that if I'm not creative, I'm either highly productive or I can become highly destructive. And I don't know if that's true of any of you out there, but it's very, very true of me, is I don't coast well at all, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of guy that puts his feet up on the thing and watches TV, and I'm okay with that. I will sit there during that period of time and chew the inside of my mouth or tear my cuticles to little bitty-ass pieces, right? Or drink myself into oblivion. I just don't do neutral, right? I'm either full on in reverse or I'm full on and forward. And so what I've got to do is structure myself so that I burn up all that energy and that I don't have time to be doing destructive things like drinking, smoking cigarettes, and the like, right? So in order to be able to do that, I understand that we need to be, I think, operating as much as possible with, as healthy as possible. So we need to change our diet.
Wow.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. I mean, if you're doing the right things and you're not hurting yourself actively, there's no real reason to be going, all right?
Yeah.
And much of the disease today, I believe, has been caused by the pharmaceutical industry and definitely General Mills and all these sons of bitches and the biggest food companies. There's like ADM, like 4 or 5 food companies own like everything.
What about the hospital food?
Oh, wow. The hospital food was terrible. They're trying to serve, because they're still convinced in the hospital, of course, fat is what's bad for you and makes you fat and congests your heart.
And sugar's
Stupid
great.
asses.
Orange juice is
Yeah,
great.
bring you a glass of orange juice in the morning. Just, but it's because, there's so much money wrapped up in it, right? And so if there's people aren't making money, like, what was that we just heard?
Huh.
There's no money to be made off of healthy people, only sick people, right? Now, on a small scale, I can come out here possibly and make a living at peddling health to you, smaller guys. But the big guys, right? To make a lot of money? No. You make a lot of money off of treating lots and lots of hordes and hordes of sick people. People with diabetes, really overweight people that are like 3, 4, or 5 times the body mass index they should be. And of course, the list that you just read a box and there's chemistry in it, right? They call Lucky Charms healthy because they put the vitamins in there. And then they put it on their chart that they paid for in the study that they paid for. And they rate it better than an egg on a fried egg for you. I shit you not. Better than a fucking fried egg.
Shit you not.
I shit you not.
That's good.
And so, we want to go hardcore this year, and we want to go clean with our eating.
Yep.
And go as close to the carnivore thing as possible, especially for her, because we read a thing. There's a brain energy. There's a book out there called Brain Energy. I listened to part of the audiobook in this 26-hour crazy drive I took with the boss. And the guy, just by going and eating keto, I think it was keto, wasn't even carnivore.
Right.
He said that people that had schizophrenia, severe mental illness, and I'm talking hallucinations, auditory, visual, delusions, split, like messed up, changed the diet, all that stuff went away.
Wow.
And he's convinced that 90+% of all disease and stuff is diet related.
Yep.
And I believe it.
Yep.
And so many things like diabetes has been reversed with lots of people that have gone on carnivore. Diabetes, type 2 diabetes, gone away. Inflammation goes away.
Oh, yeah. Never felt better. How about the clear-headed, energetic?
Well, the mental energy and all that stuff. And so, right. If I want to get up, I know I got to manage my time better. I know I got to get up and I got to write. I got to write for a while on my book, and then I got to write for a while on my articles. Then I'm going to have to maintain Twitter, and I'm going to have to do this, and then I got to do a podcast. And so, I got to put all this stuff together. Well, what better way than to have boundless energy, right? What better way to get energy than to become healthy and to eat well and eat the right things? And it's much like, and intermittent fasting, that's another one. So that combined with a carnivore.
Autophagy.
Yeah, get the autophagy going, and your body's replacing things and, renews your cells. And, it doesn't reverse aging, but it slows things down. And at my age, 60, and her age, and with the disease, very important to reverse whatever we can. And we got to stop screwing around, okay? The Bible tells us that we need to grow up and, put away childish things. And for me, alcohol and smoking cigarettes, childish things. I'm nervous, right? I'm wound really, really tight. I don't know if that you can tell, right? And I'm high right now on marijuana, but I'm still it's worse when I don't. It's much worse.
Yes, it is.
So, right, which is part of the reason that on occasion I've been known to, take self-medicate with alcohol. And so take a beer or two every once in a while. So, yeah, and that's no good. It's just no good. It crosses the blood-brain barrier. We've done research on that. Very, very bad. Especially as an adult. Your body can handle shit better when you're a child. Well, not a child, but a young adult than you can when you're old. A relic like me. And I'm getting my hips replaced. That's one of the things I'm doing this year so that I might be able to feel a little bit younger because the constant pain is wearing on me. Things, what do I want to change right this year? Well, first of all, I just wanted to talk about real quick is that I think it's important to say that I'm not making New Year's resolutions. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm interested in in what the marks are of a healthy person, and then achieving those things as targets, making those things targets in my life to work toward. And that if I fail in any one of those areas, that my goals are reasonable. And in matter of fact, set them such that I might even be able to exceed them. So that when I do, I feel even better about myself rather than feeling like a failure when I set this really ridiculous goal I'm not going to be able to do.
Well, explain how
Now-
we are
now-
kind
Go ahead.
all or nothing.
Well, yeah. See, we're kind of like, yeah. I don't do partial real well. I never have. I'm in kind of 100% immersion kind of guy. So we're going with it. We're just going full with it, and we're gonna go like crazy nutso and do all aspects of the life because I believe that in order to fully function properly as a human being, my spirit needs to be functioning properly, which means I need to be, my spirit, my soul. I need to be intaking scripture. I need to have a good relationship with God. I need to be praying, talking to Him. I need to be reaching out and evangelizing to others. I need to be doing all that. And I need to be writing and creating and in the ways that He's told me to. And again, putting Him and His kingdom first. But that takes time and energy. And the best way to do more and have more energy is to be healthier and adjust the diet. And so that's going to involve growing much of our own food, canning it, this, that, and the other thing. And then realizing what's important, most important. And then when we've gone a long way toward that. I mean, I don't have a couch, dude. Mm-hmm. We got an exercise machine, a weeder in the middle of the living room where the couch is supposed to be. And because that's the way I live my life right now. And so it doesn't make sense for me. I either need to be, if I'm sitting here producing or doing something. The couch to me represents passivity.
Yeah.
Right? Intaking stuff. And I don't want to be passive anymore. I've been told, the Lord told me, I mean, in the Bible, it says to, whom much is given, much is required. Much is expected of me. I've been given a number of talents, and the master is away. I need to multiply those talents. And I like that particular parable because the word talents happens to be the same and spelled the same as talents, as, gifts like that. But I've been given a lot of talent. I need to do something with that stuff. And boy, I have a tendency to be lazy. I just do. I have a spirit of sloth about me. And when I get sloth in my life, and when my life is not manifesting the way I want it to, I start to become unhappy. In order to live with myself that way, I'll drink to be able to live with it. So I've got to make some adjustments. And Jordan Peterson is a good person. I suggest that you check out Jordan Peterson. He wrote a number of things. He's got a self-authoring program, and he wrote 12 rules for life. And, one of them is clean your room. Start by cleaning your room. So I've been working really hard the past few weeks at recreating our space, and we're also dealing with this illness this year. So learning how to rearrange my space so that I'm able to better take care of her and take care of what's important to me. So, so I think writing things down, I think not making broad sort of like, I'm going to quit smoking in 2024. Well, okay, how are you going to do that? What specific steps are you going to do? And maybe make a goal is to say, my goal is to be a non-smoker. Maybe you can quit cold turkey on the 1st. I don't know. But then, if you smoke on the 3rd and then, I'll screw it for the rest of the year and you're going to try again next year at the December 31st, that makes no sense, right? Either use a patch. A patch is great. I like the patch. There's gums, there are all sorts of stuff. If you want to vape for a short period of time, there are vapes with nicotine that are available. But I just suggest weaning off those things quickly. Don't be on them for 6-7 months, right? Just use it long enough to break the cycle and the whole, hand-eye thing and whatever. And then once that's broken, wean yourself off that chemical. One of the ways I quit smoking successfully is using marijuana. It satisfies the habit, and not the necessity, but the craving to do something with my hands and smoke. And by the time I'm done doing that, I'm a lot less likely to want to be spinning like like crazy and wanting a cigarette. Usually the urge will pass. So, yeah, I think that making things achievable, making things doable, and breaking things down into steps and saying that I want to do these things and then putting things into a schedule and then holding yourself accountable. And I think one of the most powerful things that I learned from the Jordan Peterson times I've listened to him, is that there's an incredible amount of power in just the sheer repetition, right? On a daily basis of doing a little bit toward a goal every single day without fail. And you think if you do that on 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things, and you add just a brick each and every day very, very consistently, then eventually what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing growth. And that's, and we saw that with the whole X, because I was consistent in doing something on a daily basis, bang, 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 bang. And it's just like the drip, 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 drip of water on the stone that wears it away, right? And so, yeah, I don't want to be depressed anymore. I don't want to beat the hell out of myself. I want to do things differently. And I know that the Bible tells me that God came and Jesus came that I might live and I might live more abundantly. And I want to live like really abundantly, like the Bible promises. The Bible promises that Jesus not only set me free from the penalty of my sin, but he also set me free from the power of that sin. That sin no longer commands me. Jesus commands me. Now, that's not to say I don't fail or choose poorly at times or backslide, but that's what it is. I'm connected. My bungee is connected to a new waypoint, right? My compass no longer points south; it points north, and completely 180 degrees different than what it was before. One of the other goals that I think we wanted to do is that we get in trouble when we leave this homestead. Every time we go out there into the world, man, we get in trouble. The world hates you, man. The world wants to eat you. It does. It wants to consume your resources. It wants to consume your attention, your time, your money.
Invade your privacy.
Your health. Wants to invade your privacy. Yeah, man. Every time I go out, it's like I can be the most careful driver in the world, and some numbnut asshole, will cross the double yellow line and run me off the road or hit me. And so one of the goals is we want to leave. We don't want to leave the homestead for very long portions of time, like a month at a time. So the goal we're going to set, I think, that is going to be something like 6 months. We want 6 months out of the 12-month period. We want to be able to do it without breaking. And I think that that's a reasonable goal, and I think that we can do it. We might buy a few more gas cans, arrange our chores a certain way, and we should be able to do that and achieve that. And like I said, I won't be buying M&Ms,
Nope.
because when I go out once a month and I do a deliberate pick list and they shop for me and they bring it out to my car, right? So I don't make those stupid impulse purchases. And then I go straight to hell home, I'm in much better shape, right? So, and for me, I had to set up my life physically like that because I'm a bit impulsive. Somebody said that maybe perhaps one of my problems is I'm a romantic.
Is what?
No more resolutions after 2012. Yeah, well, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No resolutions, but I want to be goal oriented. I want to live goal driven, and I want to live with intention. Right.
Oh.
The only way that I wrote the book that I wrote was I said I'm going to write a book, and I'm going to sit down at least an hour every day and write this book. And in 30 days, I had a book. But I had to be deliberate about it. I didn't accidentally write a book. I didn't just say, well, I want to write a book someday, and then, maybe I will, and then write a little bit, and then just, I was deliberate about it. And I think I have to be deliberate about all these things. And so, yeah, definitely want to make goals. But yeah, resolutions suck.
Talk about what Jordan Peterson said about a schedule and your relationship with the schedule.
Well, what about it?
Like a calendar. That should be something that you enjoy. Not that the schedule's
driving you.
Driving you.
Right? It's a
Right.
paradigm shift in looking at it. I guess, yeah. Some people already have a schedule. What happens if you go to a job that sucks every day and you don't like it? What about that?
Yeah.
I think what he talks about is you got to eventually get out of that. If you're not happy doing whatever the hell you're doing, you got to get out. But yeah, if you're unstructured, a schedule. And I benefit from structure. And we just got a new puppy, right? Mm-hmm. That means I have to go get up every hour. It means like real soon, like this podcast, probably going to just end it. And I need to go out and take the dog out every once in a while. And I found that it was actually good for me because it forced me to get up out of this chair a little bit and be accountable to some sort of schedule. And so, I have to admit, being on a schedule is a good thing. I think it's important, especially if you want to achieve objectives. And then that way, you can also look at progress over time. I think to have goals that are measurable is important because if you can't measure them, you don't know if you're moving toward your goal, right? So make sure your metrics, you have measurables, things that you're able to look at your progress. So, I think that's generally what we want to do. And so, anybody else, while you're liking and subscribing and sharing, if you're watching this later at a time that was from when we recorded it, let us know what you're going to do, in the year 2024, with your life. Are you going to learn baking? I don't know. I think that any skills that are going to help, just in case the world as we know it kind of ends, would probably be a good idea to put those things kind of higher on the list than some of the other things, like learning macrame. Like, for example, my wife wants to learn how to paint by numbers, which I think is totally cool because we've already kind of done the canning thing and I already know how to go doing that. So I think painting would be very therapeutic for her.
And flowers.
And yeah, she's gonna grow some flowers.
Make a cottage garden.
Yeah, make a cottage garden, and hopefully, maybe we can even sell a few flowers, right? But in a post-apocalyptic economy, I don't know. Is anybody gonna want flowers? Probably gonna want food more. Maybe you could grow edible flowers.
Yes, nasturtiums.
Edible nasturtiums. So. All right, well, listen, I'm tired because I'm an old guy, and we've been doing this for like almost a whole hour now.
Oh, my God.
And I know, man, I don't think I could stay up till midnight, honest to God. Do you anymore? Midnight, man. I stayed up till like 11 the other night, and you were like, you woke up the next morning, and you're like, what the hell were you doing up till 11 o'clock at night?
I did not.
Yeah, she sounded just like that.
No,
she did, yeah.
I did.
She thinks I got a hot chick on the side or some girlfriend or something on Twitter now. And I'm like, man, I wouldn't know what the hell. I wouldn't even know what to do with a woman anymore. Honest to God, I wouldn't. So, yeah, no. And believe you me, anybody, I know those hot chicks on Twitter, man, all of them like these hot Asian babes. They dig me.
Asian lady.
They like me, the Asian ones, yeah. They got like 6 posts, 2 followers, members since last week, and they just love me.
Some of them are even into Bitcoin.
Yeah, they've been into Bitcoin. Yeah, actually, it's not been too bad. I haven't had too many bots.
No.
Not too many.
I feel like one or two.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, they're not as obvious as they used to be. So
yeah, right. They've changed their tactic.
Yeah. So anyway, But I don't think I really have a whole hell of a lot more to say, right? Do you?
Wow.
We've been at this for an hour. You got anything else you want to add to the pile of things? New Year's resolution show, the big special wrap up here.
I don't think so. Do you want to talk about curbing habits in the new year?
Nope.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
kind of why I was kind of trying to wind down, but you didn't take the hint. Didn't take the hint there, did you? No,
Okay.
slow. So, all right, man. Well, listen, D-Dog, it was good to see you, and I'm glad AT stopped by. It was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. We'll be doing more of this. Definitely more of this in 2024.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. So stick with us. Keep coming back.
Hey,
Thanks.
if you guys are on Twitter, put your handle in the comments so we can follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hook up with us on Twitter. I am, what is it? TruthSlinger X. TruthSlinger X on Twitter. So yeah, hook up with me there. So that's it. I'm going to roll one, and I think I'm going to watch an episode of, what are we watching? Ratchet? Ratchet. Pretty good, actually. Yeah. Yeah,
it's
pretty
creepy.
spooky, creepy shit. So decided to get Netflix just for like a month or two in the winter. A lot of snow, and we're in a cabin, and there's nothing to do, and we like to binge watch stuff every once in a while. So that's what we're watching now. So I think we're gonna watch that. No, you don't do social media. All right, well, that's cool for
very
you,
good
man.
for
I don't blame
you.
you. I mean, I understand it. I get it. It can get me pretty damn worked up. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So, but for me, if you're writing a book and trying to sell a book, I don't have much choice about the social media thing. So that's why I do what I do. I can't help it. I'm a communicator.
Yeah, but you like to talk.
Communicate. Babylon 5. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're rewatching because I never finished Breaking Bad. We only got through with 2 seasons, I think. 3 seasons?
Recently?
3 seasons. No, recently we started rewatching it.
Yeah,
so
right.
So yeah, we're catching up on that, and we watched Ozark. We finished Ozark.
Oh, God, that was
Last
good.
season of Ozark. That was really good. So, all right, man. Well, I promise, D-Dog, you'll see more of us. I'm really glad that you stopped in.
Yeah, it was nice to see you. 4 to 5 calls a day. Wow.
Wow.
You're a busy dude.
Yeah. Well, you gotta sell that. What? Selling water, right? You sell a lot of water. I think that's what you do. I think he sells water. But then you do all that stuff with all the constitutional stuff and all that, and networking and organizing. You're a busy man. So, this is my thing. This is my mission from God, right?
Yep.
This is what I do. So, I do the social media for you so that I can rant about it and tell you all about what's on my Twitter. You just watch me. That's the way it works.
Yep.
All right. Love you, man. It was good to have you. Happy New Year. Enjoyed it. I am TruthSlinger. That's a hippie chick.
We're out.
Out.